Filmmakers Award for Outstanding Short Film Animation.
Oh.
And by the way, I didn't explain, it was also Filmmakers Award for Pool House. And the Filmmakers Award, there will actually be another one announced for one in the chamber. So I'll explain Filmmakers Award now, which it means that's actually a jury of filmmakers who are alumni with the festival. And they, as alumni, they watch. So it's actually an award chosen by your peers.
Oh.
Not like a bunch of stinky old farts like me who like watch 700 films per festival. These are the people, they just watched the official selections and they said, this is outstanding.
Okay.
So I Am Duck is outstanding.
You hear that, everybody?
And now I think we're like several minutes in and I did not have you introduce yourself.
No, hi, I'm Nick Zweig. I'm the director and animator of I Am Duck.
And I Am Duck is brilliant. It's now,
thank you.
It's an award-winning animated film. And I mean, do you want to explain it? I just find it's both visually amazing. I love so many things you did. I actually love how all the sound effects become words that pop up and disappear.
Yeah, I wish I did a little bit less of that. I mean, to be fair, I've been doing the festival circuit with this for. It's a bit of a delayed one. It came out in like 2022, but the studio Cartoona who owned it, they kind of did a pretty limited run of festivals they tried to get into, and then I asked for like the permission to like start submitting, and it's so far gotten to like 30-ish, and it's won like a fair amount of awards. It's been really fun going through all that, but going to the festivals and seeing the film for the 9 millionth time is very like, should have done that different. Messed that up. Dang it. However, I do want to quickly shout out Logan Baldwin. Are you here?
Oh, I'm here.
Hey, man. That's my sound designer who I have never met before. You did a phenomenal job. Every time I see it or I hear it, you did like exactly what I needed you to do. You even like added flares that like I was like, oh, that's perfect. I never would have thought to even ask for that. Thank you for like doing such a good job on this, man.
Hey, we might be your 30th festival, but you got to meet your sound designer.
I got to meet my sound designer.
Yeah. And sound is huge in animation.
Yeah.
But, well, I have to ask the question. Start thinking of questions. I'll ask for hands soon. But obviously, was this hand-drawn or is this?
Yeah, it was hand-drawn, but it was hand-drawn on a computer. Mm-hmm. So I used the animation program TV Paint. It's got a lot of ability to do some like really like crunchy, really textured lines. Because there was a point in the pre-production of this where I was like, maybe I'll make this on paper. And that was I think the one thing Cartoona was like, no, don't do that. Don't do it on paper. Like we want to see this within 3 years. And I mean it took 2 years to make, but pandemic and I gotta work for a living, so. You know, so a lot of it is hand-drawn, but not, you know, I'm not taking a pen to a piece of paper. It's a stylus to a tablet.
To a tablet.
Yeah.
But it has that beautiful hand-drawn feel.
Yeah, I really wanted that, like, crunchy, like, hand-drawn feel to that. I really think, especially now with, like, a lot of, like, so much stuff right now, animation-wise, can be just, like, so slick and, like, vectors and, like, everything's just so like clean, and like the textured like dirtiness of a lot of animation I think is so much more human and fun. I did start animating on paper again for my most recent short film, which premiered at the New Jersey International Film Festival. It's called The Creative Process, and I did it in a month when I didn't have any work and I was trying to start a short film and I couldn't. So I just made a film about trying to start a short film and being really pissed off about it, and just like I started like smearing like crayons and like all this other stuff, and like the character looks exactly like me, but I'm hopefully I want to run that into some more festivals because it's been that was a very, very fun thing to work on.
Sounds fun.
I'm talking about a different film at this film.
True. I was gonna ask. So. Were you thinking black and white the whole time?
Yes. Yeah, I am not good at color. So I just was like, easy, black and white, we're done. And it was also a production decision because I was using this auto coloring software. So I would do the line work and then run it through, and it would just fill in all the white, which was extremely useful when I was really burnt out on this project.
Automation helps. That's what
Automation helps a little.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, some of that, I mean, I'll share because we're all friends here. Like, I did watch it a second time, pretty stoned.
Good. Yeah.
And it's really good. It's good both ways.
I won Best Animated Short at the Cannabis Culture Film Festival out in New York, so. And that was also the right audience for that.
But Duck's mushroom trip, I mean, some of that animation is mind-blowing no matter what state you're in. And are you like me, like you see something like that and you're like, how long did that take to visualize and create? Because the head is spinning around. And
that went through a lot. I think every single kind of drug trip went through so many iterations. But I think, like, those shots took a while because they were long and complex. But then, the shot I think that took the longest, because I kept having to redo it, was, and I'm still not happy with it, but the shot where he's running at the camera from, like, way out in the distance. And, like, I think I reanimated that, like, 5 times. And I think I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to take a loss on this one and just, like, animate it the way it is. But, yeah, it visualizing that kind of stuff, you kind of just got to, like, make 2 frames and then figure out how to get to A to B. And, like, in the most interesting way possible. And, like, it's, yeah.
I mean, it's gorgeous. It's beautiful work. It's beautiful work. And, all right, put hands up soon, but one last question, which is, the eyes are intentionally like a bird's footprint, or no? No, because when there's a close-up of Duck, like, the eyes are kind of like this. And I thought, wow, he actually made the eyes the footprint of a duck, which is brilliant. But
well, a duck would be more of like a triangle.
You're right, because they're webbed, yeah.
But I actually got, because, like, the kind of the personality of Duck is just, like, headstrong, arrogant, like, just kind of, like, running through something, like, not listening to anybody. One of my friends has come to, like, multiple screenings of this, and is very champions this film a lot, but was like, so I get, like, Duck has their eyes closed the whole time because they're just not paying attention. And I was like, no, I liked that design choice. Sometimes stuff can just look cool, you know? It just worked.
Absolutely. All right. There's a hand.
How does this even, like, begin? Do you have an idea of, like, this is the story of the duck on search for bread, or do you have visual things that you're, like, trying to come up with a story to match? Like, it's just so creative.
There's a lot of... So the story of how Duck went from what it initially was to what it is now is a very kind of long, weird story. It started off as I'm just doing... like, every day I would just, as a practice, I'd do a comic, 4 panels, and I just started drawing this duck doing things. And I think it got as far as the cosmic worm in the comic, and then I got busy and I started doing other things. And then I started working at this animation studio, Cartoona. I got to pitch them some stuff. I had a full pitch deck of something. I had a half of, like, a 1-pager of something else. And then I was like, I also got this duck thing I've been doing. And they were like, we want the duck thing. And there was initially, on top of that, supposed to be 15 1-minute episodes. Then they were like, how about we turn it into one thing? And I was like, one 15-minute thing? I was like, could you squeeze it down to less than that? And it got cut. It initially was, because some of the 1-minute things were like 1 minute, 20 seconds, whatever. And, like, so it was a 16-minute beast that got cut down to, like, 12 and a half minutes, and I still think I could have cut some more of it. But how did I don't know. Like, it was a stream of consciousness thing that somehow got way more credibility, and then I had to figure out how to, it wasn't this, like, what's the word? It didn't have as much heart, I guess. Like, I was in a weird situation in my life when I got this greenlit, and I kind of put a lot of my frustrations, my, like, anxieties of what I was doing with my life into this film, and then, or into, like, what Duck was doing, and kind of got to expand on, like, Duck as a character rather than just, like, this like being I was going, okay, 4 panels, what am I going to do? I don't know, Duck's going to run off a cliff and then do a flip and then land and then go fuck. And then like I got to have Duck have like a journey, spiritual, emotional, I guess. But I answered that, right?
That might be one of the most satisfying things is Duck goes on a journey and goes from wanting bread to wanting bread. Like there's not the lack of character development actually works. It works. It really does work. Like there was more hands, yeah. Here and then there.
Oh,
Go!
I'm sorry.
I know him. I can yell at him.
Oh, okay.
Nick, looking back on this film now that you've been removed from it for several years, and you talked about how it comes out of a specific kind of emotional state and place you were in. How does it look to reflect on Duck as a character that is somewhat self-insert, as looking back on it now, like years removed and like just older?
It feels good because I feel like I've come a long way just as a person, like from like I made a self-insert about a character being sad and who had just gotten broken up with and couldn't find a job, like, and was living with their parents. And then now I'm that film is now at a film festival in LA, and I got to come out here to just also by the way, this whole row of people is people I haven't seen in about 6 years. Not him, I've seen him before. And like that's a bunch of people I haven't seen in a while. And it's like, oh, cool, I get to come out here, all these people who I went to college with or I'm friends with, it's like, cool, like, come see my film. It feels really good that it's like I got the character arc that Duck should have had.
Excellent.
The good ending.
Excellent. And by the way, I don't pay attention, so I didn't know you came in from out of state.
Yeah, I came in from New York yesterday.
Thank you. Then now you do have permission to sit in my lap again, because people who travel, when you travel for the festival, it means a lot to us.
Yeah, when I got to the gala, I was like, I think I was like talking to Austin. I was like, if I bite somebody here, am I gonna get in trouble? Like I was like just not alive. It was so crazy.
You'd gotten up in the morning and flown across.
I took a flight from Newark at 2 and then landed at LAX at 5, and then a bus driver yelled at me, so I didn't get to his apartment until 7:30. And then like I showed up at the gala at 8, had 3 drinks, and then then I finally like mellowed out a little bit, I feel like.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, no, it was great. Thank you for the drink tickets.
You know, if I'd known you flew here, you could have had a 4th drink.
Well, they didn't take my drink ticket one time, so I got 3 drinks.
I didn't hear it.
Do I still get the award?
We're good. Oh, yeah. There was another hand. Yeah.
At what point did you decide that he was going to take the train trip? And at what point did you decide that was going to be a child?
I was gonna be a child?
Well, like the conductor?
Oh, it wasn't intended to be a child. My friend's voice just sounds like that. For anybody that I know here, Michelle Bao. That was. But it was literally just like I need to think of a bird because I actually hadn't designed that character yet until like the end. And the train trip was. I think when I was writing this, I was constantly taking the train into New York to do job interviews and to like do networking events in New York because I living with my family in New Jersey, and that train looks a lot like the train that goes from Morristown, New Jersey to New York Penn. So that's why there's a train. I just felt like a really great place to end at that point. And it's not a child, it's just a cockatiel. That's the intention. I every time I have gotten that question before, it's like, so it's like why is it like a kid at the end that's the conductor? I was like, I just thought she had a good voice for like a cockatiel, like a small bird. I don't know.
It works. And there's a hand.
You were talking about how originally it was like multiple 1-minute episodes and like changing it to a like short film structure. Like, how did that process like work for you as like a storyteller to have like those breaks, and then because it doesn't feel like there are any points where the story should like stop and like have like an interlude. Like it feels like the pacing is very nice and tight.
Thank you. Well, it was very difficult to do that because I did have these like each episode had these like kind of beats, and like I like to end it on, and there are some like there's like hints of it throughout this where like it'll kind of end in a weird way where like almost like a sequence will end and it'll almost seem like it just like it to me it feels like it cuts to something else, and usually those were like, okay, this ends, and then it was going to be that episode ends. But there's a lot of jokes in this that, or like little bits where the ending joke was just like the ending joke was like Duck says something or the worm says something, and then that episode ends. Like just leaving it on just like the duck just like staring at the worm in like a really awkward way or something. But there was a lot of really great. I can't remember the joke, but like there was a really great bit in it that I had to cut because it just didn't work anymore when I had to smush everything together. Also, that ending scene with Duck's talking to herself was 4 episodes, and I'm glad I cut, I want to say 3 of them. It was way too long. But, yeah,
I'm going to sneak one in, and then we're going to get his question. But I actually, is this my understanding with animation is in general, like once you've worked out the script, do you record all the dialogue and then you match animation to the dialogue? Or in this case, a little different? I
kind of really was kind of left to my own devices a lot by Cartoona in a good way, just because the way I was like storyboarding and like doing everything was I would just have these like index cards, and I would do like 6 panels on it and just like bam, 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 like draw everything, and then on the back write the dialogue. And then from there I just jumped right into an animatic. So I was able to kind of skip a lot of this, like there's a script, like there wasn't a script until we recorded voices, which pissed off the producer Noah to no end. But yeah, it should have been, I should have written a script and then do storyboards and then do this and then do this, but like if I'm not like working in a production of like a show or a movie, like I can kind of do whatever I want. I can kind of do it the way I want, which is I want to be able to do visuals and the writing at the same time, and then like arrange it how I need to, rather than, oh, let me do all this and then do all this and then smash it together and see how that looks, and oh, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work, this doesn't work. Like I can see everything at once, which is very useful.
Yeah, artistic freedom.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and I promised you.
Oh yeah, so there's like more animation being produced now than ever, but I Am Duck feels really unique and really singular. Could you give us a live action and an animated reference, like stuff that you were pulling from, or was just inspiring you that you were thinking about in terms of like the style of the film, I guess?
I took a lot of inspiration from Don Hertzfeldt as an animator, just like in how he, just especially as like dialogue and how he like would do things extremely simply with dialogue or composition or like sequences. I definitely wanted to do things a bit more complicated because it's more fun. But he's It's a Beautiful Day is definitely a huge influence on me. Live action. For this, I don't think I have a live action inspiration for this. No,
all good.
I don't
All
have
good.
one.
No,
I don't watch live action film.
Well, plus you literally just let yourself draw for this.
Yeah,
so it's not like you were looking at references and saying, I'm going to look at a real duck film and then be inspired.
What's that movie with the geese when they're... Thank you. Wow, I knew somebody was going to know.
Mighty Ducks?
No.
Yeah. All right, well, one more question? Or, all right, well, congratulations
Thank you
on,
so
on a
much.
great run and great
Thank
work.
you for accepting
Glad to
my
know
film.
you made another.